What's up, gamers? It's your boy, Launchpad 1412. Excited to be back with some Madden 25 gameplay here. Got an online ranked match versus a random opponent. I hit that random pick button and the Broncos came up and my opponent decided to pick the Seattle Seahawks as we have a reuniting of the Super Bowl here. And man, it's been a while. It's only been 5 days since I put out a video, 5 or 6 days, but it feels like forever because I've never been this, well, I'm not going to say never, but it's been such a long time since I was this inconsistent. So it's been a while. It's been quite a while. And man, I've been doing a lot. Y'all. I've been doing a whole lot. Not too long ago, I had a basketball tournament. And I didn't do too good. I did okay. I got some steals, rebounds, assists, blocks. You know, I did some little things. I put myself in a position to score. I couldn't knock down a shot. I had opportunities to score, just couldn't knock it down. I didn't do as good as I felt like I could have done. So, me being a huge basketball fan and a fan of the game, you guys already know that. Of course, that touched my pride a little bit. So, with that said, I decided, okay, I got to work out again. I got to get back in shape. So I've been getting back in shape. You know, of course, you guys know my wife is pregnant. We're going to talk a little bit about that in a second. My wife is pregnant. You know, I have a daughter, and I'm trying to get back into school. I'm also trying to find a second job to help pay for the daycare. So I'm doing a lot of stuff, man. Plus, I'm working my regular job, of course. Spending time with my brother. I saw the amazing Spiderman 2. And we can talk about that for a second. I thought that was a pretty good movie. I liked it. There were some things that wasn't there. That was a little confusing for me. A little confusing. Not necessarily confusing, but I can say that I didn't like. I'll just point out a few things. Though I didn't favor. I'm not gonna say that I didn't like, but that I didn't favor. Let's see. One of the some of the dialogue was a little cheesy, a little bit cheesy. The boy, the Hobgoblin. No, he kind of came out of nowhere. I think this is the Hobgoblin. The Green Goblin is the father. So the Hobgoblin, he kind of came out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he know how to use the flying craft, and he was just kind of like a master at it. All of a sudden, thing just happened all of a sudden in the movie that was just so coincidental. I was just like, man, that's a little too coincidental. You know, all of a sudden he's grabbing the suit. He's coming out of nowhere talking about some ha 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 ha, and he's flying the suit, but overall, and the tone was like up and down. The tone was all over the place. But with that said, I absolutely loved it, though. And I am going to try to see it again. I actually was going to try to see it today, but I decided to go ball because I'm trying to get back in shape. Even though I only played one game of basketball today, and I hit one shot and I didn't get the ball again. But I guess it kind of happens when you play with people that you don't know. But anyway, I like the movie. I'll definitely say go see it. And I think they did a good job of sticking to the script as much as they could as far as sticking with the comics, the original Spider-Man comics, man. So definitely go see the movie, man. If you haven't seen it already, you definitely got my stamp of approval on that. Now, with that said, today I found out that I'm having a boy. I almost cried, y'all. I almost cried when I found out I'm having a boy. It didn't matter to me. I wanted a boy or a girl, but just the way the process was. You know, we was watching I was watching the baby inside of my wife's belly. The baby was moving around, being a little difficult at first, and then it came around, and we got to see the feet, got to see the spinal cord, the ribs, got to see the hands, the fingers, and it was very beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life, and it was just crazy. Then the lady was like, "You ready to know what gender it is?" And we was like, "Yeah, of course," because we want to prepare, for the gender as much as we can, prepare for the baby as much as we can. And she says a boy, and I was just like, wow. This is one of the greatest days of my life. Just find out that I'm actually going to have a son. It's just crazy. It really hit me in that moment. I'm like, wow, I'm going to have another version of me on this planet, a younger version, someone I'm going to have to raise. Everybody knows I love basketball, so one of the first things people ask, like, "You gonna teach him that jump shot, man? You gonna teach him that jump shot?" I'm like, "No, I'm gonna let him do whatever he wants to do. I mean, he might be a pianist, he might do gymnastics, he might be a football player, he might be a doctor, lawyer. You just never know. So I'm gonna do the best I can to just let my son be whatever he wants to be. I've shot enough jump shots for 10 generations of Dorseys. I've played a lot of ball. I've played a lot. I mean, you're talking about a lot of basketball coming out of one guy. So, with that said, I think I've done enough for my family for the Dorseys as far as basketball. And I'm going to name my son after me. Keith. He will be the third. The third coming. I am a junior. I'm a junior if you don't know. So my son will be the third, and I'm just ecstatic. I've been ecstatic about it ever since I've heard it. I'm a very calm demeanor person, but I am overjoyed to know this information. It's just it's outstanding. One of the greatest days of my life today. With that said, one of my subscribers asked me. I know I'm going all over the place with this video here. I'm all over the place. I might have a chance to get to the gameplay. With that said, one of my subscribers asked me how I felt about the NBA playoffs first round and who I have advancing. So I'm gonna try to smooth through this real quickly. The first round of playoffs was probably the best round of playoffs I have ever seen in my life. That's including the Jordan eras and all that. Probably the best round. There's nothing like Jordan. There's nothing like when Jordan hit the game winner, against the Utah Jazz over Bill Russell. And there's nothing like, seeing my team advance, Seattle Supersonics, now the Oklahoma City Thunder. Nothing like seeing them advance to the championship that one time they did against Michael Jordan, and we lost in 6 games. And all the time that Gary Payton just kind of hung in there and just made it competitive and got us out of the first round. I think for like 6-7 years in a row, Gary Payton held the fort down for us. But there's nothing like that. But man, this round of playoffs has just been phenomenal. I mean, you're talking about the Damian Lillard shot that could have, if he misses that's a game 7. That would have been 6 game 7s this year. 6 game 7s, y'all. That would have been nuts. I don't think I've ever seen that. It was 5. I don't think I've ever seen 5 game 7s in a round. In one round, I don't think I've ever seen 5 game 7s in a round. Sometimes you might be lucky to catch 5 game 7s in the playoffs period. But in one round, it's just phenomenal. Great round of playoffs. I'm so glad I was alive to see this. At any rate, now let me tell you who I feel like is going to advance. We got Portland versus Spurs. I actually like Portland. I mean, I like Portland. I like Portland in the series, and they got a lot of firepower. They just but they gotta be swift with those punches. They gotta be swift with those punches. But I really like Portland a lot. Of course, I like us OKC. I know I can't go against my team, man. Even though we lost yesterday, we got an old-fashioned behind kicking yesterday. But I can't go against my team. I still like them. I still like my team a lot. I still like us to go to the championship and win it. I still like us to win it. I like Miami versus the Nets. Everybody's getting all crazy talking about, the Nets beat them 4 times in a row during the regular season. I'm like, yeah, that's regular season, but this is not regular season. I like the Heat, man. Give me the Heat in 6. Give me the Heat in 6. Give me us in 7. I like Portland in 7. And who's that's Indiana and the Wizards. Wow. I like Indiana. I like Indiana in 7. I know that's a lot of 7 game series, but I like Indiana in 7, man. But yeah, that's that. As you can see, I'm getting smoked here a little bit, but I do score a touchdown with Eric Decker, man. Eric Decker had a big game this game, man. So the score's 24-35. 24-35, and I'm not out of it. It's still 4 minutes and 40 seconds up to go in the game. Of course, now I'm going to try to come back. I'm never going to give up. And look at this right here. I end up getting a nice interception right here. Raj Kumar, man. My opponent's first turnover of the game. Yeah, I couldn't have come at a better time, man. I'm going to try to come down here and get down the field. But let me talk about this game a little bit, man. This game right here was tough, man. My man, he was doing this thing with the running game. I'm like, man, this dude, I think he had to run about almost 300 yards on me this game. And he did a lot of running, man. It was just hard to stop him. Why should he stop doing the run if I can't stop his run? The running game, one of the commentators said I think it was Golden Sports, he said the running game was really, really tough this year. And I hadn't had no problems with it. But lately, now I'm starting to see what he's talking about. Well, I'm not going to say I haven't had any problems because the read option has been giving me problems this whole year. But it didn't seem like the running was that bad. It didn't really seem like it was that bad. But now I totally get what he's talking about, man. Something about this read option, man, that's just so difficult. And for some reason in this game, you have to click on your players and press dive for them to tackle, especially like the defensive linemen. You gotta, you gotta press that. You gotta click on it, man. You gotta click on it and hit that square button or hit that X. I think it's X for what's going on. Check out this right here, man. Look at this, man. I end up getting the onside kick, and this is why you don't give up. Look at this, man. I was down what was it, 28-7 or something like that, or 28-3, something crazy like that. And look at this, man. I got an opportunity to score and actually win this game. It's 35-30. I have the ball, a touchdown win the game. I got 40 seconds left, plenty of time. I throw the ball out of bounds right there. 3rd down and 8. I'm trying to find somebody. I find Wes Walker on the right hand side. He catches it in traffic, gets all the way down to the 15. Play action fake. I look for somebody. I look for Eric Decker. Look at that. I'm like, man, you got to be kidding. I'm just like, man, you got to be kidding. Like, I can't believe it. I'm in shock at this moment right now. I'm in shock. Earl Thomas has not. That safety never comes down. That's the first time that ever happened. That's the first time it ever happened when I did that play. On that specific play that I like to do, the safety never comes down. This particular time right here, the safety decides to come down. But look at this, man. I end up getting the interception. But I don't get to go anywhere. If he would have picked that off and ran that back, I'm telling you, man, I don't even know. I probably would have jumped through the roof. I'd have probably broke my house celebrating that play, man. But shout out to my opponent, man. This guy was tough, man. This guy was tough. His running game was on point. I don't think he needed Seattle to beat me. I think he probably could have beat me with the 49ers or I'm trying to think of another team. Maybe even the Raiders, man. A team with a nice read option scheme. Speaking of read option, look at this right there, man. Get a nice play right there. Hits me with the little show-off move right there. Man, this guy was tough, man. This guy was really, really tough, man. So shout out to him. Shout out to my subscribers. You guys are the best subscribers on the planet. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can be. But understand I am extremely busy, so to speak. So definitely bear with your boy. This is your boy, Launchpad 1412. I love you guys so much. And I'm out.